Hello, friends. Good morning to Multiverse with Chandrakant. And as you know, that we are live, and you can actually engage with us. Keep sending your questions, comments, any feedback that you have. And every day we bring some information, interesting facts about celestial bodies. And today on our list is a dwarf planet called Ceres. This is something which you may be aware, you may not be aware, but this is something which we must know. And Ceres is an important body of our solar system. So let's dive into this discussion. And as you can see, I have actually initiated the live feed of this dwarf planet. It is a Ceres, and it is the first object to be considered as an asteroid in the solar system. So much before, in the 18th century, when the astronomers were discovering about solar system, they found that there are a bunch of objects between Mars and Jupiter, and consequently, because Ceres is the largest one of those objects, it was the first one to be discovered. And that is why it is pretty large. I mean, today we will discuss all that. And if you move to the next fact about this series, uh, it has a high mountains, just like the features available on planets. This is classified as dwarf planet, uh, because planets has certain criteria described by the astronomers, and anything below that still revolves around the sun is called dwarf planet. So this classifies as a dwarf planet between Mars and Jupiter in the asteroid belt location, and it has a mountain which is 5 kilometers high as Ahuna Mons. And 5 kilometers high mountain is pretty high for this kind of a body, because it has almost half the height of Mount Everest. What is the next fact today? Well, we know that asteroids have these very crazy uneven shapes, because they are not fully formed object. However, this is an asteroid which is completely formed. It's completely spherical. This is an object which is shaped by gravity, and because of the high gravity, it has become a complete sphere. So, being an asteroid, it is not an uneven shape. It has a spherical shape. So it pretty much looks like a planet, actually, even though it's an asteroid between Mars and Jupiter. But it pretty much looks like a round, usual shape that we see in our solar system. What next? Well, it is so large, and if you look at that area where the asteroids are located, the 75% of the matter is in this particular dwarf planet. So 25% are the uneven bodies which keep floating around in that area, but majority of the asteroid belt mass uh, is inside this object, and that is why this is significant. And if you're watching us live on social media, you can send in your comments or any observation. I will see them on my screen and display, and immediately address it with your name and with your message. What next? Well, asteroids are considered to be very water rich. So asteroid, unlike comets have also water, but they are also sort of lot of gases into comets, and the frozen gases. But predominantly, asteroids are well known to have a lot of water in them, and they are like frozen uh, masses of dust and water ice, etc. Why we know this? Because most of the water which is found on Earth was actually brought in by the asteroids onto Earth, and it is not so much from the comet, because of the composition of the water and the isotopes in oxygen isotopes in water fully matches with the asteroid. So this object, being part of an asteroid belt, is have a lot of water. In fact, there is so much water in Ceres that it is considered that there may be a ocean below the surface in the in Ceres, and that is why scientists now speculate that there could be some sort of life that could exist, because the property of water which is found on Earth is very similar to the property of water which is found on Ceres. What next? Well, when we actually look at Ceres using our telescopes, when we examine the surface, we are able to see these features. As you can see, there are some highlands and there are some dark spots. In addition to these features, we have also seen bright spots. There are several bright spots on Ceres, but we do not know why these bright spots exist there, and what is the cause of these bright spots. We have no idea. So more research is required. Maybe a robotic probe needs to be sent to Ceres to basically roam around, take the chemical composition of the material which is part of the white spot. So right now we have no clarity, and that is why we call it mysterious white spot, because it's very difficult to judge from Earth just by looking at it. And it could be water ice, it could be something else. So it needs more deeper examination. What next? Ceres also rotates pretty fast, and just like a planet, it has a rotation on its axis, but this is the fastest rotating planet in the solar system. It has a day which is of 9 hours, so it moves pretty fast, and that is why it has the shortest day in the entire solar system. What next? Well, I think since it is made of a lot of ice, and when the sun rays reaches Ceres, it heats up, the surface heats up, and this heating causes some sort of steam formation which escapes through these cryogenic volcanoes. And when the steam escapes the Ceres, there are, like, for example, the largest mountain on Ceres also is a cryogenic volcano. So there are many volcanoes which are basically oozing out water or steam out of the Ceres, and there is so much material coming out of Ceres that it is equal to about 6 kgs of steam every second. 6 kg, that's the weight of the material which is being released by Ceres. I'm sure because this object is present in asteroid belt, and as you can see, there are some craters also. So I think whatever is being lost, more than that would be getting accumulated on Ceres, because it may be attracting other smaller asteroids and then assimilate that material into itself. So while it is losing, it may be also gaining. What next? So as I was trying to tell you that now the scientists suspect there could be a subsurface ocean, and it is basically speculated with some margin of error that the ice sheet on surface of Ceres may be 100 kilometers deep. So it may not be a very big rock, it may be a very big body of water ice. And when such body of water ice exists, the chances are, just like we have seen on Antarctica, that under the ice there are lakes we have found on Antarctica. Similar to that, there could be liquid water deep inside the ice sheet which is covering the planet. And if there is water way deep inside, there could be a possibility of some sort of life in those oceans which are subsurface oceans. So we don't know too much about these things, but I think since this is a smaller body, lot of emphasis has not been given to study it, but I think it will be interesting to go there, send our robotic probes and study more in detail about Ceres. And the location of Ceres, it is right in the middle between Mars and Jupiter. So in future, suppose the mankind decides to go to Jupiter or beyond Mars, then Ceres can be a good point where you can actually have a midway. You can probably land there. You can set up a space station for refueling, for transit, astronauts, etc. So this is quite a potential, dwarf planet where future human flights can land for refueling, and it could be a good midway. Why? Because it is not easy to have a long isolated space flight, so humans need to come down on some surface. So Ceres offers that potential that if you're taking a journey from Mars to Jupiter, then you can have a break in between for a few days and then proceed on your journey further after refueling, after taking some supplies from there. So friends, today I thought I will talk about Ceres, and in my discussion so far, I finished the inner solar system, including sun, given 10 facts, and today I thought I will talk about Ceres 10 facts before moving on to the outer gas and ice giants. So do let me know what you feel about our show every day, and I look forward to engaging with you. And for today, I like to say goodbye. Only to catch you again tomorrow in Multiverse with Chandrakant.